Hi guys, it's Marieta. Thanks for tuning in. Today I have a great guest who is also my dear client and friend Sarah, who was able to overcome bulimia, eating disorder, and became very successful coach as well therapist. So we're going to welcome Sarah in a second because obviously this is gonna be live stream. So whoever is tuning in, welcome guys. Hi Sarah, I see you now. So I'm just going to see how I can add you. Oops.
Sarah, and she's jumping on this live stream. All right, let's wait for Sarah. She's coming. Oh my God, there you
Hello, here I am.
are! How are you? Thanks for
I'm
joining
good.
this
How are
amazing
you?
live. I'm great because I see your face and we're gonna share your story, and I'm super excited because you have amazing transformational story and journey that you are now able to inspire many other women, right? So why don't we
Yes.
start with your personal transformation, because I think that is the most inspiring point here, because you not only you are able to help these women who are suffering with bulimia, eating disorder, but also you can help not only as a therapist because you are licensed, you have so many different titles and degrees, so you are actually real deal. You're not just the coach, right? But also you have your story behind your coaching, right? So let's start with your story, which is deeply transformational, and why don't we start there?
Okay, so I think with a lot of people, their eating disorders begin either with some type of traumatic experience or they kind of just develop over time and they really can't pinpoint, how their eating disorder began. And it really doesn't matter how it began. So for me, it was really just where was I in my life? And
Mm-hmm.
I realized that this eating disorder was taking over my life. It was taking over my mind. It was really interrupting my relationship, my career, my work, everything. And I was about to get married, and I realized that I could not go into a marriage and wanting to start a family with a life that I was living.
Mm-hmm.
And I was living this life for nearly 10 years.
Wow.
Okay. It started in college. I was your typical like college athlete. So I
Mm-hmm.
partied a lot.
Mm.
We drank a lot. We drank a lot. Just all your typical kind of
Yeah.
college things. And one
Mm-hmm.
summer I had gained a lot of weight just doing all that typical
Right.
college
Right.
party stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back to school, go back to my college athletic lifestyle, and I got
Mm.
on the scale, and I remember thinking, oh my God, what am I doing to myself? And
Mm-hmm.
so that started that downhill spiral
Yeah.
of working out and trying to eat the right foods, the right diet, restricting. And
Mm-hmm.
from there, it just was like a downhill spiral.
Totally.
So fast forward about 10 years, new life,
Mm-hmm.
about to go into a marriage and want to start
Yeah.
a family.
Mm-hmm.
So my transformation was realizing that my desire to be a better person for my husband,
Mm-hmm.
for my future kids,
Mm-hmm.
and just for, other areas of my life,
Yeah.
um, really snapped that desire into place to where I was focusing more on that,
Right.
how to be a better wife, how to be a better mom, better
Mm-hmm.
more than, how to have the perfect diet, the perfect
Yeah.
workout routine, and eat the right foods, when and
Yeah.
how,
Mm-hmm.
and have the perfect body. So
Yeah.
really that was my transformation, is finding a desire that was more dominant than my
Mm-hmm.
eating disorder desire.
Absolutely. And so desire was to really this your why was more than just your desire to look good and be healthy and love yourself
Hmm.
again, but also have that loving relationship with your husband and be better mom, right?
Yep.
So it was
Yep.
bigger than you. Mm-hmm.
The desire to identify with that lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
was becoming more and more dominant than the desire to, right, have a perfect diet, have a perfect body, um, and do everything the right way.
Yeah,
You know,
be the
so
perfectionist. Right?
right. And it just starts with a desire, and
Mhm.
other people who are wanting to change, their desire can be due to other reasons in their life. It
Mhm.
doesn't have to be, you know, the same desire as mine. But
Absolutely.
clearly people that are wanting help have
Mhm.
some desire stemming from whatever they're living in life to change. And that's where it
Absolutely.
begins.
Absolutely. And you know what? I have to say, I can totally understand you from personal experience because I myself was actually suffering from eating disorder back in my, I believe it was high school, you know, when I remember I used to be a professional ballroom dancer, and then, and I had this perfect body. And then I remember first year I spent in US as an exchange student, I gained, I think it was 60 pounds. And back then I was 17 years old and I literally didn't know what to do with my body. So I would like diet like crazy person, exercise 3 to 5 hours a day. And I'm sharing this story in my book, Love is the Law, for those who
Mhm.
definitely want to learn how I was able to heal myself. But I can absolutely relate with your story because there's so many women who are going through this period. And I feel like we need to address this because, like you said, it has a deeper root cause, and it's usually that self-love issue we are all struggling with.
Right. And so we're all living life, just like you. You had your reasons as to why
Yeah.
it developed, you know, and 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 we're all living life. And what I typically say is life is coming at us. You know, we pick up on all this information, we see things, we hear things with our five senses, you know,
Yeah.
and we're kind of subconsciously taking all that in. So we see how you're supposed to have a perfect body. We hear about
Yeah.
all these diets that are supposed to
Yep.
help you lose weight and have that perfect
Yes.
body,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we take that in and say, oh my God, I'm not living the right way. I'm
Yeah.
not
I'm
eating the
not
right
perfect.
stuff.
I'm
I'm
not good
not
enough.
perfect. And
Mm-hmm.
so you subconsciously take all that in, and then you start having thoughts about what you're picking up on, which lead to emotions,
Yep.
which lead to feelings of yourself. And then off those feelings and emotions, you start creating and cultivating this life and identity around yourself. And that's kind of where it picks up, and then it
Mm.
becomes like your life. It becomes out of control, and you actually manifest this into your life.
Yep.
And so that's when you start realizing this is no longer serving
Serving.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's realizing it. It's becoming aware of, you know, those things that you picked up that are no longer
Mm.
serving you.
Mm-hmm. So how did you actually heal yourself? Like what I understand the motivation, like you felt you need to change in order to become better wife and mother. So how actually, if you want to share some of, obviously you are a coach, you're a therapist, you're helping people, so you're not able to give us all the tools here, but like, you know, your personal story, how were you able to heal yourself and help yourself at that stage? And then obviously later on you decided to study and become who you are today.
So when I say that I've healed myself, I don't want to give off the impression that healing is a lifelong process, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or that it's not a lifelong
That is
process.
not, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I am still what I consider in my healing,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm still human. I still have thoughts, you know, especially around food in your body, because we have to, you know, expose ourselves to food on a daily basis, you know. So my healing, it really started again with that desire. I went into traditional therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I live in a small town, and so there was not a lot of resources, so I wasn't seeing a specialist. But I remember when I was in therapy, she asked me one specific question, and it literally like a light bulb went off. And she just asked me, do I fear that food is going to make me fat or sick? And I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, oh, wow. Like that really made me realize that it had nothing to do with the food,
Mm-hmm.
with my body. It had to do with how my relationship, my feelings and my emotions were
Yeah.
around that.
Mm-hmm.
So my healing process began there, becoming aware of my emotional state, around food in my body.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I just started every single day becoming aware of, you know, every single time I was exposed to food or, you know, I was looking at myself in the body, what were my thoughts? What were my feelings? And I did it without judgment. I was just becoming aware.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first step, is just becoming
Become aware. Yeah.
Basically observing myself within myself. And then from there, you know, I just kept focusing on my desire to be better for my husband and my future children. And once those thoughts and those feelings were coming up, just getting out ahead of them, and saying, no, that is not my true self. That's my eating disorder identity that I identify with. And I am separating myself from that, you know?
Right.
And so I just started to work my way up on an emotional scale towards better thoughts about food, better thoughts about myself, about my body. And it takes time, it takes practice, it takes patience.
Right.
But I just kept doing it every day as much as I could. I still have those thoughts around, you know, food. And sometimes, you know, am I eating too much? You know, what am I eating? You know, especially now that I've had one child, I'm about to have another child, and your body changes.
Right.
You just have to catch yourself early with those thoughts and work your way out of them. It's that self-talk that a lot of people that you hear about.
Yes.
And it's just living in the moment, and it's taking control back of your thoughts and your feelings, and understanding that you are the cultivator of your thoughts and your feelings.
Beautiful. Love it. So now let's jump into your existing business. So you became coach, you are therapist, you helping people to overcome their bulimia and eating disorder. So what was your why? Why did you decide to become eating disorder coach / therapist? Like, what was your why? Obviously, it is certainly connected with your story. You were able to, the challenges and the healing process you've been through, but still, like, what's your why?
So my why was, you know, basically continuing my healing journey. Me helping others is going to continue to help me heal. And so I want to continue healing while I help other women heal, so that they know that they're not alone out there, that they're not the only ones struggling. Sometimes your eating disorders, you feel so alone. You're so ashamed. You know, you have so much guilt, and it's like you want to live alone in your eating disorder. You know, it's almost like it's a relationship that you want to hold on to, just you and that eating disorder relationship.
Yes.
And so a lot of women, they don't know how to
get out of that cycle,
open up and get out of it. And so yes, my why is help me help you. You know, you're not alone in this. We are all on a journey trying to do better and be better. We're never going to get it done. We're never going to be perfect, but we are all in this together. So my why is we're all in this together. We're all creating this world around us within, you know, our own thoughts and our feelings, giving to the world. And so I just want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. And with my background and with my story and my knowledge and just my journey, I want people to know that I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We're all in this together. And, you know, there is a way to feel better, and it's within you, you know. And I just want to support and encourage that for other women who want out of that relationship so bad.
Yeah, but also I want to say that because you were able to start to coach with me, and I became your coach, but I know your why, and I know your why is bigger than what you just shared. It's your calling. And many times when people start their coaching business, they oftentimes feel confused and they don't know what is their niche, what's their why. But it's usually when they tap into their story, their struggle, things they were able to overcome, that's how they can define their why. And I will not even say that that story of your struggle is connected with that deeper purpose and meaning why you're here. And so this is it for you. It is to not only you were able to help yourself and you are continuing that self-love practice every day, but also out of that pain and struggle that you been through came something beautiful, and that is your mission and your purpose.
Yes. It's almost like I appreciate that I went through it, because I can literally say I have empathy for, you know, women that are going through it. And empathy is more than just a psychological, you know, acknowledging what someone else is going through. It's literally feeling what others have felt. And, you know, when I was younger, I always imagined myself being that person that would let someone come in and, you know, fall under their couch and tell me all your woes. You know, I want to make you feel better. You're meant to feel good and enjoy life. And I think, you know, when I really started my healing journey, you know, when you open that door, when that desire becomes more dominant in you, that journey, you open an energetic field, and all this like new stuff is just drawn to you. And so, you know, something that I was really drawn to was, you know, that you create your own reality. And sometimes that can be a really hard pill to swallow, because we live in this physical world where everything is factual based. Most people like to hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it, you know, for it to be real. And when you start that healing journey and you start realizing I am the power behind the change, but I'm the power behind why I'm stuck here, but that means I can also be the power to change it. And so when I first began coaching, I was worried that people did not want to hear that. They don't want to hear that you are the creator of your reality. You have created this. I hate to tell you that, but in essence, in that same essence, you can create a whole new identity as completely different from what you were yesterday. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You can do that. You've created this, so you can create something else. And so I think that, you know, at the beginning of the coaching, it was hard for me to believe that anybody else could believe that as well, because it took me years to not just to learn it, but accept it and then apply it. Really, you know, it's an ongoing process. And so the coaching part of it and finding my niche was me just realizing that
you can do this. This is your calling, and you can totally be whoever you want to be. And the same thing you're doing for your clients, right?
Yes, exactly. Just it's basically what you're teaching, you know, tap into that, who you really are, you know, understand your feelings and your thoughts around your desires, your emotional state around your desires, your limiting beliefs, what's holding you back. And not only that, but there are so much more options out there for you to tap into that's just waiting for you, you know, like come this way. There is so much more over this way, you know, but you have to be open to it. You have to, like you say, you have to take that leap into a whole new energetic field. And for a lot of people, it can be very uncomfortable at first because they're not used to that feeling.
Well, it's uncomfortable for all of us. It was uncomfortable for me as well, right? When I first started, whenever you're starting your new business, this is uncomfortable. Whenever you're publishing your book, it's uncomfortable. Whatever you do in life and it's first time, it's freaking uncomfortable. And it's for all of us like that, right? So for you, I feel like it wasn't that difficult because you already knew, you had that calling within you. You already knew what you want to do, and it was just perfect timing for you. So now let's talk about your coaching offers, programs that you have for people who want to work with you. Like, who do you work with? At what stage do you work with people? Do you work with people let's talk about the stages, like what kind of offers you have, if you want to briefly discuss that. And then if they feel they resonate with what you do, with your story, and they need your help, where they can find you. So let's start from those programs that you have.
So the programs that I offer, they're all online programs, and they're offered as a course through my Ascend program. And you can purchase the course just as the course, and you can work it yourself. The breakthrough course it's a 30-day course, because if you apply this formula that I offer for 30 days, you can literally change your way of being within 30 days. All it takes is 30 days, but it's applying it every single day, because that's what's going to shift your thoughts and your emotional state. And that's going to become more dominant. If you give it 30 days, it's going to become more dominant. So the online course teaches you a formula, how to apply it for 30 days. You also can do live sessions with me, one-on-one sessions within the course as well, just so I can work with you within your more specific needs. So you don't just apply the formula. We also work on your specific needs, your specific thoughts, your specific emotions, and really give that one-on-one, more deep, in-depth healing.
Absolutely. So people can go to your, obviously, Instagram. Now this is on IG Live, but I'm also going to be uploading this video to my YouTube. So I will be sharing links in description. If people need, they can absolutely book free session with you, the first call, to see if you guys are good fit for each other. And I know you obviously are very good at what you do. And since I was honored to work with you, the last thing I want to ask you is that 5-day entrepreneurship coaching program you enrolled at when you were working with me. How was your experience? And let's say somebody like you is out there and is thinking to turn their, I call it lemons, into beautiful sweet lemonade. What would you advise those people? Because this was like your old self, someone who is just, thinking, dreaming about it. Oh my God, is it even possible to turn my calling, my passion into profitable business? Or is it just my dream? And I don't know if I can even combine my calling and money. Is it even, possible? All those limiting beliefs.
All those limiting beliefs. I would say surrender. Surrender all those limiting beliefs. Be open to changing who you are. I mean, what coming to the realization that what you thought was the right way to start or go about doing it, could have been not the best way. And just surrendering to allowing new thoughts, new ideas, new doors to open for you, and take them just with, a full open heart, no fear, be excited. No fear. Every time talking with you just got me more and more confident and excited, and really helped me see. I mean, it was validation for what I've always been feeling and knowing, but then I always applied those limiting beliefs, and it's just the same within your eating disorder. You have to surrender to those thoughts and recognize them. But also,
like I want to say, some people might understand it the wrong way. When you say surrender to those thoughts, you don't surrender to those limiting thoughts. You surrender to that subtle voice that is calling you within to follow the calling of your heart, and trust your heart, that your heart knows better. And if your intuition is telling you to go this way, you go this way. You don't question your intuition and do the old thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly it. And that's where we a lot of times get stuck, is when we keep having those same thoughts and those same limiting beliefs, we believe it to be true. We say, well, it has to be true because it keeps happening.
Yeah.
But when you go back to, opening yourself up to creating new thoughts and new ideas, that's when you're going to open up yourself to new opportunities that are just going to begin appearing in your life. And you think it's a coincidence, but it's not. It's your work. And
totally.
And changing those beliefs and surrendering to that intuition that's saying, come this way, come this
Come
way.
this way, yes.
You know, and you're going to have those thoughts every once in a while. You really are. But it's like I said, it's just within the eating disorder. You catch them early. You don't let them be more dominant during your day.
Yes.
And then eventually it becomes more dominant of your mood, your attitude, and the way you approach life. And
Absolutely.
we live a law-based universe where like attracts like. And when you get excited, when you believe, when you have hopeful expectations, you know, things will start appearing in your life that support that desire. And I 100% believe in it. And that, you know, that's why I didn't hire a coach that showed me all the factual and how to grow your business. It's more of where do I put my energy? I know that I'm not putting my energy in the right place. I need someone that understands that. I understand that because I've healed myself that way, but how do I do that in this area of my life?
Totally true. And I can't even emphasize how important this is to be brave and courageous enough to take that leap. And if, for example, someone is watching this video and if they resonate with your story and they feel they need it's resonance means it's calling you. Come this way, like you said. And you all you need to do is surrender to it and just trust it's there for a reason. So if you feel you call to talk to Sarah, you can absolutely book a call with her and talk to her. If someone out there is feeling the resonance with me and you feel called to help me out to turn that dream into reality, here we are for you guys. And this is so important because this is the way we're going to change humanity. The only way we can change humanity is when we actually trust our heart, that intuition that is calling us, and we take the steps necessary to turn that dream into reality. And I feel like you are living proof, an example of someone like that. And I'm so glad that I was able to work with you and bring this beautiful gift for other people, because that's how we literally change humanity.
Right. It's literally choosing love over fear.
Amen. Amen.
You can ask yourself that in any situation. Am I acting out of love or out of fear? Am I thinking out of love or out of fear? You literally can ask yourself that in any situation, and that will help you lean more towards your intuition. So when you're watching something or when you're wanting change, you know, or when you're just unsure, just ask yourself, am I doing this out of fear or am I choosing love? And that will help guide you as well. That's that voice.
Beautiful.
This way. So
beautiful. All right.
I love it. Yeah, you just have to surrender and go with your heart, because your mind thinks, but your heart knows.
Yes. Your heart knows that your mind cannot understand or even comprehend.
Yes. It really is.
Beautiful, beautiful. So the last tip maybe you want to share to someone like your old self, what would that be? Someone who is going through difficulty, someone who is going through desperation, frustration. There are so many people right now, you know, in this, I guess, post-COVID time or whatever you want to call it, depending on the country, I guess. So many people are going through difficult times. So what would be the advice?
You're not alone. You know, we are all in this together. We are all human beings having, you know, a physical reality, but we're also having an emotional reality. And the difference is, you know, understanding and knowing that we are more of a physical being than we are here in this. I'm sorry, we're more of the emotional, non-physical being. And when we tap into that, it opens up worlds for us as individuals. And when we can tap into that for ourselves, then we start projecting that to the world outside of us. And we start seeing different, and we start applying things different. And so you're not alone and feeling trapped and not knowing what to do. And you don't have to be alone in it. We're all in this together. I think we all have something to offer and co-create together for a better world. And all that other stuff that you're talking about, the state of the world, it's always going to somewhat be there, but it's making that
True.
conscious decision, you know, to move forward from it and be better
And be
from.
the light. Shine your light instead of be the victim. Activate that within and be that. I mean, we can be here forever. I know we can talk like forever. I wanted to do like 20 minutes. We're already like 30. But totally. And like you said, always trust your heart. And you're not alone. So you have, you know, ways to follow that intuition, reach out if you need help, and you are never alone. Trust that.
Yeah.
Trust that heart that is calling you.
If you could let go of everything that's going, you know, let go of everything that's going on around you and focus only on your emotional state and your mental health, your mental state around yourself, you will become more aware. You'll become more consciously aware of how you're contributing to your well-being and then how you're contributing to the world around you. And so you've got to dissolve all that's going on around you. You've got to dissolve your old self. And you just, by becoming aware, having a desire to do better, be better, have better. We all have that. We all have those desires. They're going to be never ending, you know, but it's going within and following your intuition on all of it without any fear.
Totally. Love it. Love it. Love everything you shared today. Love you, girl. You are amazing. Love your mission. Love your purpose. So guys, whoever tuned in today, thank you so much for tuning in. And for those who are watching on YouTube, you guys can leave your comments, questions below. And also I will be sharing the link to contact Sarah in description below. So you got it all and you are welcome to reach out. And thanks again for tuning in, guys. Love you and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.